Yo, what's going on, guys? Let's get back in. Today we have another stimulus update for you guys. A second stimulus has entered into a proposal being discussed about right now, and we're going to cover what it is and how it's going to affect you and if you can get any money from it. So this is called the ABC Act, and it is unlike the stimulus from before where you got either a check. I don't think anyone's gotten the physical checks, but you could get that, or direct deposit. It would be a debit card given to everybody. And when I say everybody, I literally mean everybody is eligible for this, no matter what. You can be a dependent, you can be in high school, you can be in college, you can have no social security number, and you can be a non-citizen and still get this card. Comes preloaded with $2,000 on it, and then it'll be added another $1,000 a month after that, up to a year after the illness. So with that being said, you'd have basically a debit card given to you, and it would be $2,000 on it immediately with $1,000 added every month for up to a year. Basically, all you have to do to get the card is it'll be mailed to you if you have a primary residency. So if you have that registered, it will just be mailed to you. You'll get it in the mail, and then you check your mailbox one day, and you'd have $2,000 in it. So it'd either be that, or if this passes, you would be able to go straight into a bank, any bank that is FDIC insured, and be able to get your card right then and there. Basically, just walk in. Probably, I don't know the steps to it. There'd have to be some sort of way to verify that it's you, so that you can't get more than one card. But you just walk in, get your card, walk out with $2,000. So the big worry is like, who is going to pay for this? How is it going to be paid for? We don't know where the money's coming from. Basically, all they're going to do is mint two $1 trillion coins. So each coin would be worth $1 trillion, which is insane to even think that you could have a coin like that. But you can look at other countries like Zimbabwe, who has a $10 trillion bill. And that is a direction we don't want to head in. We don't want to have these $1 trillion bills and coins, because that means hyperinflation is taking over and our money is now worthless, which we don't want at all. So hopefully we don't head down that path. We've already covered lots of reasons on why it shouldn't go down that way, but if we continue just printing, eventually, if we do print enough and make enough money, there's going to be some hyperinflation, possibly. So we don't want to see that, and we don't want to end up that way. That is a big concern of a lot of people, but being a world reserve currency, we would have to print a lot of money, and the money we're printing right now isn't a ton, but this is starting to get into terms of the world of UBI, of universal basic income, where basically you give everyone like a set amount of money a month, and that is also very costly, because if you look at just the age group, it'd be 18 plus would be able to get universal basic income. And if you only look at those people who are 18 plus in the US going to be receiving this, it would cost about $3 trillion a year. So this plan includes everybody. You can be under 18, in school, claimed as a dependent, be a non-citizen. You can get this money. So that is going to be a lot of money, a lot more than just paying 18 plus people. So there are pros to this bill and proposal. Basically, you would have instant relief because you would give money to the people and then keep money going. It would include everybody, so everybody gets this no matter what. Easy to get, like we covered, basically either get it by mail or just walk into an FDIC bank, and it'd just be very easy to get, just walking in. So you'd be able to do all those things, but there is a con for people who are savers. You know, if you're saving your money, obviously it's a con to you because you've spent time saving your money, you built it up, you have an emergency fund, you're ready for this, but everyone else is just getting bailed out, so your whole purpose of saving. But you do have more money now, and you could find, if you have this set up already, you could find ways to invest it and make it work for you, which I have done videos on, so you can check those out. But you could put this money to work, and I mean, UBI, if it becomes a thing, if we get this for a year, there's a lot of people who would just spend it and, buy all the stuff that they want and just go out and do whatever. but there'd be some people who can, figure out how to make it work for them, and that's what we want to do. Make money work for you so that you don't have to work for your money. That's basically it. Now, getting into the crypto part of this, there has been talks of digitalizing the US dollar. So bringing the dollar to the digital space, and how would we do that is through crypto, through blockchain, which is what crypto runs on. And it would be a huge deal for crypto to get this kind of US dollar becomes digital and kind of work into that way. Now, it wouldn't be crypto as we know it, as Bitcoin and Litecoin, the two coins that are decentralized with no central figure, that nobody controls it except the people. This would still be the government's dollar. The government would be the head, the controlling arm of everything, and be able to decide if to make more, to take some out, to do whatever. They'd be able to make those decisions. But Bitcoin runs a little bit different, obviously. Runs with the people, with no one controlling it. That was the whole purpose of Bitcoin. But with the dollar, if it does digitalize, would bring certainty, like credibility to this crypto space, to Bitcoin, to prove that everything Bitcoin's been building over this past decade of showing you what it's about and what the money should be about, kind of legitimizes Bitcoin and shows that there's a reason that it's here. And we can see that because the dollar being digitalized would be huge. Another big thing for this would be having a digital dollar would be easy on and off ramps for Bitcoin and crypto to kind of, you would have Bitcoin, and it'd be easy to go from Bitcoin to the dollar, back to Bitcoin, and doing those types of things instead of, taking Bitcoin, selling it for a fiat for the dollar, getting the dollar, and then using that. If you want to go back into Bitcoin, you got to take your dollar back into an exchange and get into Bitcoin. This would just kind of simplify that process a little bit, of you basically being able to just send it into a dollar, send it back into Bitcoin, or if you do that and just do on and off ramps, it'd be pretty easy. So that's like my take on it for what could happen. But obviously, anytime we're talking about digital currency, Bitcoin's going to be talked about. Bitcoin's going to be there. If the dollar goes digital and other countries go digital, like China has a digital currency that's being experimented right now. So if China and the US go digital, two of the biggest economies in the world, now you have a digital gold, which is Bitcoin, which is a finite resource. There's only so many Bitcoin that are ever going to be available. Unlike gold, where we know there's not a ton of gold, but we could find maybe a planet somewhere made of gold where now gold is worthless. But with Bitcoin, it's only that and will only ever be that. So in a new age of digital currencies, everything going digital, Bitcoin would be that gold security. And I think it would be more powerful than gold is now compared to the dollar. I think it could take off and actually be like a huge reserve for all the other digital currencies to be involved with. So all in all, with Bitcoin being crypto and the digital dollar maybe coming, and we already see China with some digital stuff going on, you definitely want to own Bitcoin if you don't already. Get involved in Bitcoin, maybe in Litecoin, but Bitcoin is definitely the one where you want to have some say in, some stake in, even if it's just a little bit. It is still completely risky. Could it go to zero? If you watch my last video, probably not go to zero, but it could lose 50, 60%, in which case you'd have to eat those losses and wait for it to come back up, or just leave your money in there and just never even think about it again until Bitcoin becomes something where it takes over the world. And then the $2,000 you have in Bitcoin, if it's just that, if you lose it all, you lost $2,000. But if it goes off and then Bitcoins become worth millions and tens of millions of dollars for one Bitcoin, you're going to want a piece of that pie. But guys, that is going to do it for this video. Basically cover that stimulus check, debit card type deal instead of like a physical check. And then crypto could be on the up. We could see it coming out here and just taking the world by storm if the digital dollar happens. So these are discussions. This is still a proposal, this stimulus bill type thing. So it's not anything guaranteed. It's not coming. It is still just being debated and proposed at this point. But Guys, don't forget to smash that like button, smash the subscribe button. We are on the path to 1,000 subs. And I'll see you guys in my next video.